just came back from TFCon Chicago 2025. And if you don't know, TFCon is a Transformers convention, but it is very, very heavily loaded with third-party products. They have third-party exclusives, third-party booths, they have so much third-party stuff, and I'm not really a third-party guy. That is, unless it's something that really, really deeply appeals to me. And at TFCon Chicago, I got myself a TFCon exclusive from 3 years ago. Yes, this is a TFCon LA 2022 exclusive, and this guy's name is Vexo Prominon. I'm gonna call him Batman. Because this is a third-party Transformers Batman. So I am shocked that we have not gotten an official Transformers collaboration figure of Batman. I'm personally expecting it to happen eventually. It'd probably be a Batmobile, hopefully like a Michael Keaton one or like one that's really iconic. But Mastermind Creations have decided to go with what is essentially the Batwing for their third-party Batman Transformer. And I love Batman so much. I am a big Batman figure collector, but even more than that, I'm a Transformers collector. And the fact that we finally have a Batman Transformers figure, at least to some extent, is fantastic. This is a third-party figure that I've had my eyes on for quite some time, but it was a TFCon exclusive. I didn't go to TFCon until just recently for TFCon Chicago 2025, and yeah, I didn't get it. But thankfully, I went, and this was just sitting at a table in a bag for its original retail price, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And this is the blue variant, which for me is super special because Blue Batman is my favorite Batman. Enough rambling. Look at the detail on this freaking vehicle, man. This is incredible. I love the gold, all the little, like, subtle metallic blues. Like, even, like, some of this line work and everything. There's so many, like, sharp third-party figure angles to this. I mean, it's a Mastermind Creations figure. Like, they have been around for a long time. And they kind of have their own style established. And this guy definitely fits in with that style. Now, I'm pretty sure this mold was first made for the black and gray Batman. I don't know if it has seen any use since, but my guess is that this could be used for like a Rat Bat or a Scourge, something along those lines. But this is definitely an incredible Batwing design. I love the little like spikes in the front, has a very like Batman, silhouette to it. The wings are very cool. There's actually a lot of articulation to the wings as well because they can flip out, they can go in, and you can also hinge them down. So if you want to kind of give it a bit of an angled look to the wings, you can do that. That looks fantastic. There's not really too much feature other than that. The wings can be detached, and you'll see why more so in the robot mode. But yeah, you can detach the wings if you want. If you want it to just look a little less cool. I don't know why you would do that. But yeah, this is an awesome vehicle mode. And I'm seeing a lot of like the robot mode elements in here that you probably couldn't even guess what they are quite yet. It's so creative. I love all the spikes on the back, very Batman-esque. The thrusters in the back look really cool as well. There is landing gear, which is really fun. Love having us some landing gear on a toy. You can kind of see what's going on the underside. You can see like the hips, the legs, the head, the arms. Kind of see how this guy's going to form. But, I mean, heck, that's, not even really giving away the magic quite yet. Should we? Should we give away the magic and see what this third-party Batman Transformer looks like? Yes, of course. We need to do that. All right, so where do I start? Let's go ahead and just like unlatch a lot of this stuff on the top, make our lives a little bit easier. Just unlatch all that. The arms, we can kind of pull them out and shift the wing assembly to the back. It's definitely cool seeing like how much mass comes from certain parts of the robot. This is a very creative, fun design. They did a great job with this. All right, we're just going to flip these things down, and we're going to leave the arms for now, and we're just going to shift over to the legs, because the legs have a lot going on. So believe it or not, these panels right here are actually going to be the feet. Yeah, I bet you probably didn't see that one coming. So that's going to be like the little heel right there, just kind of get that flipped and out of our way, all straightened up. And this is all very tightly latched together right in here. So let's go ahead and take the cockpit and kind of just untab that and have that shifted out of our way. The front is going to untab, and then this stuff is kind of latched in. So kind of just slowly shift it. Looks like bend it forward a bit is going to help with getting it unlatched. I've only transformed this guy a few times, so I'm not like the expert yet. It seems like you are the expert, Mark. No, not me. Not yet. Let's go ahead, and these panels are going to untab from the hips and swing to the side, because these are just going to be like little side skirts, essentially. So straighten the legs. Go ahead and give his waist a nice big old rotation. You can see, like, for being a third-party figure, like, this transformation is pretty streamlined, pretty easy to follow, easy to understand. It's definitely something that you would expect from, like, a modern figure, especially one that came out, like, maybe 15 years ago. All right, with the legs all done, let's reshift our focus to the arms. So let's go ahead and get the arms kind of out from their little crevices. Pretty easy right there. They're pretty much just like folded up in a certain way. And then the wings, we can go ahead and hinge down. And the landing gear, it's kind of up to you if you think it's kind of nicer just like up against that. Me personally, I like folding it in, so it kind of prevents the arm from like fully going back if you accidentally pose it a certain way. So that's what I do with the landing gear. But go ahead and get those big wings down, and it kind of gives the illusion of Batman's cape, which is very cool. And then last but not least, we got to do the head reveal. So you can kind of do it in like one motion here, but let's make sure this is a little bit more open. Go ahead and flip that backpack around, rotate the head, close up the chest, and ladies and gentlemen, here is our Vexo Prominon. Screw it, it's freaking Batman. This thing, you can also kind of reposition, and honestly, I haven't found like the perfect way to have it back there. If I don't have another accessory on, I typically like it just like that. But if I have the other accessory on, which you'll see in a second, I typically keep it down. So I don't know what the official instructions say, but that is our Mastermind Creations Batman in his robot mode. And yeah, I don't know about you, but I think this thing looks freaking awesome. I'm so happy with it. Before we get into any more detail and everything, I want to do just a couple comparisons. Here he is with 86 Optimus, so you can see he is about like larger Voyager size. I know Hasbro would sell this as a leader class nowadays, that is for sure. But hey, it definitely kind of has the vibe that this would fit in with like a Generations collection. So if you want a Batman Transformer character to exist in your Generations collection, here you go, it exists. And of course, it's Batman. So here it is with Batman. You can see it's roughly like 7-inch scale. Like it's essentially McFarlane DC Multiverse size. So even if you're just a Batman collector wanting to squeeze this into a Batman collection, now granted, it's supposed to be a massive vehicle. It's not really in scale with 7-inch figures, but hey, if you kind of like your Batman figures around the size, I got news for you. It's about that size. Getting in closer, you can definitely tell the details are pretty well and truly Batman. The head sculpt is a nice blend of Batman and Optimus Prime. You can tell they were kind of skirting the whole copyright thing. He's got the ears. Like, he's got the ears, but they're super subtle. They're very tiny, and I can tell they did that because they did not want Warner Brothers giving them any shit over this. I really do enjoy like the chest details and everything, and you'd have some space there for like a Batman sticker if you have one. I enjoy the gold on the waist for his utility belt. That's a very clever design. I love the shoulders. The shoulders have such an amazing presence to them. They're made of a pretty large section of the vehicle, and you can definitely tell there's a lot going on. One thing I can also tell, because I got this guy used, is that this figure has previously had the ball joints tightened, because these massive shoulders, I can tell they're they're definitely not the best thing to have on just a ball joint, so I can definitely see how that might have presented a problem. But still, there's a lot of great detail on those shoulders. The arms even have a lot of nice little silver. I love this, like, the metallic blue highlighting on it. Like, it's so cool. On the knees, it's got the metallic blue. It's just such a gorgeous looking design for a Batman Transformer. Whenever Hasbro does do something official, I don't think it's going to beat this. I really don't. How's the articulation on him? How's the posability? Well, it's pretty fantastic. So his head is on a really nice ball joint. Can move up a decent amount, but it definitely has a lot of nice downward motion for some good Batman brooding and some wiggle waggle. Obviously, it'll turn side to side. The shoulders are on hinges, but I also established they're on those ball joints. This one is really nice and tight after they tightened it, but this one I can tell is a little loose in a select few areas, as you can see right there. So that might be something even I have to look at some point. The wings all have the exact same articulation that I showed off in the jet mode, so you can even kind of get creative with how you want these displayed and everything. The arms themselves, you do have a bicep swivel and a double jointed elbow. The wrists are on little ball joints, and the fingers are also on hinges. The pointer finger is on a separate hinge, which is very nice. The waist is on a swivel, and the hip skirts are on, looks like a ball joint hinge system, so they can even get out of your way even more if you need them to. The front skirts can also hinge out of your way, and you can get pretty full forward and full out. You do have a thigh swivel. The knee is on a double bend, so you can get a lot of nice bend out of that, but do keep in mind it's going to start clashing into this part that is just sitting on the back here. And then the ankles are on hinges forward and back, and it's on a ball joint, so you get a lot of forward and back with that, and you get a lot of tilt side to side. And the toe is also on its own ball joint, so you have plenty of articulation with Vexo Prominon. I don't even know if I still am saying that name right, honestly. This is frickin' Batman, dude. So for accessories, what does he have going on? Well, there's one thing I've had off to the side for a while that I've been waiting to put on to complete the look. And again, I did mention we want to go ahead and just kind of have this down. Kind of just helps everything. Yeah, he comes with a wired cape. They gave him a wired cape. And for Batman, it's just so perfect to have him with a cape. And this is a very nice wired cape. You can see it's black on the inside, blue on the outside. Very nice material. The wire is very good as well. Yeah, it's super cool to have this figure with a cape. It's not going to be for everybody because you can't transform him with the cape. It's not going to, you know, look pretty all the time. You can see it's kind of bunching up around the shoulders. But still, I like it. I like that it comes with a cape. That's very cool. And all the other accessories are essentially here in the wings. So we can go ahead and like detach these, and he can hold the wings like swords, which is very cool. Yeah, he's got sword wings, which definitely an awesome little weapon option for your Batman. But for me, it's definitely not like the weapon that I want to display him with, because you might have noticed these like claws on the wings, and that is actual weapon storage for, they're kind of just like Wolverine claws. They're kind of hard to get out. They're thankfully on this hinge to make it a little easier to remove, but it definitely takes a little bit of to get it all the way out. Figured you guys would enjoy hearing that pop noise. So yes, they're essentially like Wolverine claws, but for me, the way I kind of see them, they're like batarangs in between the fingers. That's kind of how I'm seeing this. I'm definitely getting like batarang in between the finger vibes. And yeah, that looks awesome. That looks so cool. Now I do have them switched. So the one that was stored on this wing is on this hand and vice versa. I do that because I kind of like still being able to see the hand. It kind of continues the illusion that they're in between the fingers. But yeah, this is a very cool look for this figure. And this whole cockpit thing, you can also use it to kind of prop up the cape if you want it like sprawled out a little bit more on his back. I appreciate that as well as like a little option. Don't know if that was intentional. But yeah, this is an awesome interpretation of Transformers Batman. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm happy I got the gray and blue version because that's my go-to Batman look. It's the perfect shade of blue as well. It's got that hush blue, so it's almost got like a tinge of gray into the blue itself. The metallic paint is fantastic. The look is fantastic. The feel is great. Like, it's Mastermind Creations, so they've been around the block. They know how to do plastics. They did a great job. The only real issue was the ball joints, which it seems like the previous owner has already fixed. This was an awesome TFCon pickup, especially since this originated as a TFCon exclusive. Now granted, it was 3 years ago, but still, getting a TFCon exclusive at TFCon, that was so special for me, especially since this is one I've had my eyes on for quite some time. Well guys, there you go. There is my look at the Mastermind Creations Vexo Prominon, aka it's freaking Batman. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. And yes, I know about the Joker. I kind of like the Joker too. Special shout out to channel members as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.